Question 1, how have your personal experiences lended to your current practices and convictions as a homesteader? Growing up, my mother was always very passionate about living simply. We always had a garden. She owned a soap and candle shop at one point. We had chickens. We canned. We mended clothes instead of throwing them out. We were still very integrated in society. We went to school. My mother taught at our local high school. Before we purchased our homestead, we lived in neighborhoods, but she somehow always found a way to live differently than most. I remember having to take Mama's Mojo, a concoction of apple cider vinegar, honey, and spices every morning, spending time at my Granny and Pap's property during the summers, picking green beans and canning them. I didn't get it at the time. It didn't make sense why she wanted to do all of this extra work that none of my friends' parents did just for some soap and green beans. As I got older, I pulled away from her teachings and I bought a house in a neighborhood. I kept up with the Joneses and had all of the newest bright, shiny things. I was living the American dream, but I wasn't happy. I felt like something was missing. I realized that I wasn't living a life in line with my beliefs. I've always had a strong conviction to take care of the planet that we've been gifted with, the people, the plants, the animals, the dirt, all of it. The way we live as a society is so disconnected from it all. In the name of convenience, we've moved to online instead of in person, fast food instead of slow food, disposable instead of sustainable. In realizing this, I decided I wanted to start getting back to the way I lived as a kid, a more grounded and deliberate life. I started by going to farmers markets, and I learned to shop and prepare food that was local in season. That was like ground zero for me. I felt good about this because it cut down on plastic waste and fuel consumption and also supported my neighbors. From there, I started purchasing as much as I could locally, household cleaners, soaps, even toys for my kids. And I felt much better about living in line with my values, but my pocketbook suffered. I just couldn't afford switching everything over to local and sustainable. I mean, yogurt was $8 a cup, and bread was $10 a loaf, and my family can eat. So I decided I would start making some of it at home. And I started with soap. My mom and I got out all of the soap making equipment and made a 50-bar batch. And the cost savings there was extensive. From there, I decided to try out sourdough, so I got my mom's starter and went to work. Then yogurt making, kombucha, chicken processing, it just kind of snowballed from there. Along the way, I started learning more about how these products are not only good for taking care of our earth, but also for our internal worlds. I started researching the slow food movement and natural living practices and how they affect our bodies, and there was no going back from there. The miraculous effects of simple living practices on our mental and physical health is just undeniable. I mean, they're bacteria in the dirt that literally release serotonin in our brains. So in other words, playing in the dirt literally makes you happier. Produce loses massive amounts of vitamins and minerals within days of harvest. So we have to take supplements to make up for the nutrient deficiency there. And don't get me started on probiotics. I mean, gut health is everything, right? So once I realized that living in tune with nature was not only what's best for the planet, but also what's best for us as individuals and as a society, I was hooked. What was once a hobby and a passion slowly became my way of living and source of income. And honestly, I couldn't be happier or more thankful for it.